parking sensor again. Nice. Really does kick a wheel up. Okie dokie. So constant throttle on the way up. I'm going to dip just here, and then I'll just keep that running. It's not liking that. G'day, I'm Paul. GWM has just launched the Tank 500 plug-in hybrid, and I'm excited for this because it really pushes the game forward in terms of off-roading and also the ability to have an off-roader that you can use on-road with plug-in hybrid tech. Now, we're at GWM's Tech Day today, which is actually taking place at the proving ground we normally film at. But today, it's all about having a quick drive of this on our off-road course, plus something new the boys have built over there, which I cannot wait to try out because it looks incredibly gnarly. So we're just going to be doing some off-roading today. We're going to do a proper detailed review of this down the track when we get our hands on it. But let me give you a quick run through. So battery, it's over 30 kilowatt hours in size. So it's a big battery, but it's a big car as well. So while you're getting around a claimed 100 kilometers worth of driving range, it might not live up to that claim given the size of it, but it does come with all the fruit that you need. Front and rear diff locks, low range. It is properly kitted out when it comes to off-road tech. This is on highway tires, but have seen these vehicles fitted with all-terrains and mud terrains as well. So if you're going to do some serious off-roading, that's probably something I'd want to change up. Have a look at this. Have a look inside as well. So this is all top spec in terms of the interior. It has to be though, because this is expensive. At around $80,000, it is a big old chunk of change, but you are getting a pretty nice looking interior with all of the kit that you need. So let's hop inside. We'll do our regular four-wheel drive course, and then we're going to go tackle that thing over there and see how it goes. Okay, let's do a bit of light off-roading. I'll run you through some of the high-level specs to start with. So under the bonnet, 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine, but with the assistance of the hybrid drivetrain. So that uses electric assistance to give this an added boost, 300 kilowatts of power. Has a proper driveline running down the centre of the car, so you've got front diff lock, rear diff lock, and then the proper mechanical driveline. It's not like you've got a battery in the center there that prevents that from having that connection like the BYD Shark has, for example. In terms of the rest of the specs, got an approach angle of 30 degrees, which is the angle of the face you can approach with the front of the car before you hit anything, and a departure angle of 24 degrees, which is the same but in reverse. It has ground clearance of only 213 mil, so not a huge amount. And when you consider that the hybrid is slightly higher, I think that is probably going to be one of this car's biggest weaknesses. If you have a look at stuff like the Tank 700, which they're considering for Australia, that's got air suspension. It can do wading depth of almost a metre. So air suspension is probably going to be the next step for this car to give it the ability that it needs off-road. But we'll do our sort of light off-road course here and we'll see exactly how it goes. So, all right, let's give this a crack. So we're going to start off on our offset Mogul over here. So I've just left this in its standard drive mode. We'll see what it's like once we kick a rear wheel up there. All right, so it's running in EV mode at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes with this. Let's have a look at these drive modes. What do we got here? Sport, snow, mud. Pop it in mud. Just roll onto the throttle there. There we go. Nice, very nicely done. So traction control managing that. Gets us over without too many dramas. Then we'll head back over our Mogul. Okay, so offset Mogul the other direction. This has all kind of been filled in, so it's not going to be overly challenging, but we'll see how it goes once we've got the front left and the rear right unloaded. So we'll just roll onto the throttle. Yeah, no dramas at all. So yeah, all pretty straightforward. Okay, let's head over to our hill. Okay, now it is time for our hill. This has been compacted a little bit, so I'm just going to pop this into low range. So one push of that, wait for that to activate. Pop the rear diff lock on. All right, let's see how it goes. Okie dokie. So constant throttle on the way up. I'm going to dip just here, and then I'll just keep that running. A little bit more throttle there. It's not liking that, so bring ourselves back a bit. We'll try that one more time. It's hard from this position that I'm in here to see what's going on the outside, but it did sound like we had a free spinning wheel there. So let's see which drive mode we've got this in. So it's just got 4L. There's no drive modes there for the 4 low mode. I do have the rear diff lock though. So actually, no, it's not. There we go. It's locked now. Give that one more crack. See if that makes any difference. Maybe I didn't have it locked before. Let's see what happens. No, I can still see it's struggling there. I can feel that front left up in the air. So what I'll do, I'll come back down. We've got another diff lock available to us here, which is the front diff lock. So we'll give that one more crack. Okay, so front diff lock is on. Yeah, these parking sensors are annoying because straight back on. You turn it off and then they come straight back on, which is annoying. All right, give this one more crack. So same line again, same throttle. Anyway, makes all the difference having front diff lock running there. So no dramas at all. All right, let's test hill descent control. Now, hill descent control, one push of that button there, and we've actually got a speed setting here that we can move through as well. So I'm using cruise control lever just there. It allows the vehicle to manage its own descent speed. So look at that, piece of cake. No drums. These beeps and stuff are very annoying though, because I don't know what it's beeping about, but it's quite distracting. Anyway, stop beeping at me. So with the, I mean, one of the things that you've got to consider here with the plug-in hybrid, you've got battery beneath the cargo floor. You know, water and batteries don't really mix. So I'm curious to see how this all sort of works. Again, those parking sensors, very annoying. Okay, so it looks like it's actually really shallow today. I mean, there's barely any water in here at all, so this is going to be highly uneventful. Yeah, this parking sensor stuff, they really need to sort out because it just keeps coming back on. If I'm in low range and doing low speeds and I switch it off myself, they really should be going, okay, well, he obviously doesn't want that on anymore, but here it just keeps coming on every single time we get anywhere near anything in low range. So, yeah, all right. Now, that was the light off-road section. Let's go over to where the new part is. I've been very keen to test this after the guys were done making it. So it'll be broken in with a Tank 500 plug-in hybrid. Okay, so this used to just be like a gravel road, but they've actually built it out very nicely. So we're gonna have a couple of dips here. We're gonna get some wheel in the air, and I'm probably going to just pop the front diff lock on as well, because I haven't actually been through this yet, and it looks a little bit gnarly. So let's give this a shot and see how it all goes. So I'm gonna go nice and slow through here. Parking sensor again. Nice. Really does kick a wheel up. What a great little course. Okay, so this is really going to test wheel articulation and how willing this is to send torque to where it needs to go, because if you don't have diff locks, especially in this section through here, if you don't have diff locks, you're going to get to the point where you've got wheels unloaded and you'll just have free spinning, and that doesn't help it. These parking sensors are driving me absolutely nuts. There's no way to... Okay, there we go. Let's try that. All right, that's much better. All right, there, a big drop off just down here as well. Let's see what that's like. Look at that. I mean, that is really impressive. That course is fairly gnarly. So we're going to try and use that a bit more when we're testing other vehicles here as well to see how they go. But I don't know, just based on that first impression here with Tank 500 on this light off-road course, on highway terrain tyres as well, I might add. It's pretty impressive. I think they need to fix the parking sensor stuff. That is really annoying, and you would get over that very quickly if you were driving this, doing proper off-road driving. I'd be keen to see what kind of accessories people come up with for these and how far they can actually go with this as a stock vehicle. But you know, you've got your advantages here when it comes to plug-in hybrid for driving off-road and going camping, because this can do not only fast charging in, but you can then let power out to run bits on your campsite. You've got a 3,000 kilo brake towing capacity, and with 300 kilowatts of power, it should be fairly decent to tow that kind of mass. So let me know what you reckon about the Tank 500. It's only a really short drive. We didn't have much time here, but we will get this car back in to do a proper road test to see exactly what it's like. So have you bought one? What do you reckon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure you like it and you share it with your mates. But until next time, take it easy.